one of the challenges that all retailers share is, what do you do with the returns? Retailers have become very, very sensitive to what are people finding in their dumpsters? Where does that product go? Because there are environmental issues, social issues, and financial issues connected with whatever decision retailers make.
15 years ago, when folks went to a store to get an item, they were able to try it on, maybe open the box, look at it, and take it home. E-commerce has just changed the game when it comes to returns. Folks are now using their bedroom as their dressing room. They'll buy 3 pairs of shoes and return 2. So we've all been conditioned to really embrace online shopping. And so as a result, we've seen returns increase 3 to 5 times that of brick and mortar. We all expect free returns, refund on scan, and easy QR code drop-off. And so everybody's got to raise to that level if you want to be competitive and keep your customers.
Returns processing is a really big issue that I don't think gets the attention it needs, and that's part of why it's the problem, right? Any retailer ever is going to have returns that come in, but as retailers, they're naturally very focused on forward, which is really viewed as the profit bubble. But what ends up happening is, with that lack of investment in returns, you end up having major buildup. You end up sending a lot of inventory to landfills that shouldn't have to be there. You lose profits, you spend way too much money on labor, and your customer loyalty can go down because refunds are coming in super late or they can't get inventory in their hands fast enough.
Reverse logistics is an incredibly complicated industry and an incredibly complicated problem. When you do it without technology, what ends up happening is you're doing everything manually. And so you are not only moving the things manually, like you have workers there and you have to build conveyor belts and all of that's complicated, but you have to make a lot of decisions manually. You have to decide, what order am I going to take these units and receive them into my warehouse? Where am I going to send them once I get them in the warehouse? Like, where should they go next? Where am I shipping them to? Is it to this warehouse? Is it to that store? Is it to this customer over here? Not only can it go anywhere, there's no map to where it goes, and where it goes matters a ton because you're sort of staring down the barrel of actively losing money on this unit. Because if you get no revenue, it costs money to process those units.
I cannot stress it enough that you need to have a good financial understanding of the end-to-end costs of the entire returns and reverse logistics flow. You're paying to have it picked up at a dealer, at a retailer. You're paying to get it to these different facilities. You're paying to get it touched. You're paying to get it packaged. You're paying to get it disposed of. You're paying many, many more steps than you do on the forward side. Because business is growing every year, returns will continue to be there. To process the return, you want to do it efficiently. You want a decision on each product. That may be the biggest hurdle because decision making is a challenge. And think about it, you're getting thousands of pieces back. They're going to a building. Who's got time to look at every one of them and make a decision? It really needs to be AI driven. And there's some great companies out there like Optoro that help make those decisions for the retailer, because I just tried to explain how complicated it can be to make a good decision on a product.
Going way back to college, we built a good little business that was basically helping individuals resell their unwanted goods online to those people who want them. Soon after getting started, we got a fair amount of publicity for what we were doing. We're a couple of 22-year-olds doing something totally new and different. Retailers started coming to us with inventory issues.
We both got into this trying to figure out the secondary market for folks. But then we kind of were curious about why they were asking us, especially people who are retailers themselves. And it was truly mind-boggling how big the secondary market was and how old school it was, and that it was ripe for someone with technology to solve.
So our mission in Optoro is to make retail more sustainable by eliminating all kinds of waste. And the waste can be the product being thrown away. It could be excessive transportation, or it could be also excessive handling of units. So we're trying to streamline the process to make it more sustainable. What we do here with our software is we offer you several options for you to return those goods, and we try to make it as easier as possible. And then we also work with the brands and retailers to find the best home for that item once it comes back.
What this is all about is ensuring that the decisions that are made are efficient and correct. That's one of the things Optoro's tools does, and does well, is it takes all those manual steps, all those manual decision points that people used to have to make and used to spend time doing and writing down on pads and typing into Excel sheets. It takes that and it cuts it all out and it automates it. And it just helps folks that work in the warehouse open up a product, scan a unit, they click a button or two, and it says, put this unit here, and it's on its way.
Optoro is in the business of the circular economy and the technology that really underpins it. And what we really want is we want reuse to be as easy as the original use.
What that means is we have to change the way retail is done today. Retail has to be designed to be circular. And our vision for Optoro is that Optoro can be the circular commerce technology platform that powers this for retail.
The word sustainability has been used a lot, but circular economy goes a step beyond sustainability. Circular economy says design the product so that it can have life after death. 53 million metric tons a year of e-scrap is being put into landfills around the world. We can't keep doing that. So if it's left unchecked, if companies like Optoro don't exist, we're going to run out of landfill space.
So when we started Optoro, it was very obvious to us that the current solutions were extremely ineffective, inefficient, and contributing massive amounts of waste. And so sustainability has always been very near and dear to our hearts. We are strong believers that business has to be a force of good. Like, there's no other option.
I look back at all I've done at Optoro for the last 10 years. What makes me the most proud is that we've been able to not just build a great business, but also build a business that does a lot of good. It feels like we're just getting started, even though it has been 10 years. But in terms of the impact that we're making every year, we're doubling, tripling, quadrupling that impact. And over the next 10 years, I feel that our company has now come to the main stage and will be able to make an impact on a national and on a global scale.